I have a fresh bowl of clean shells from my last Florida trip, and I was hoping you would come along with me while I put them away. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my word. Another fighting con. Okay, this one makes me want to pass out. It's so beautiful. It's like extremely light here and lemony, but then Pam, right in your face. You can't ignore that. That is probably the most beautiful aperture I've ever seen on a fighting conch. I think I should put that one up here. This is my collection. The Junonia is mine. I found it in January of this year. And this one lightning whelk, it's about 2/3, 3/4 of a lightning whelk my friend found for me. The other ones I purchased from someone, to hold my place until I find my own. Here's another, oh gosh, look at that. I found the ones with these really pretty apertures on Kais Island when I did a boat tour last week. Here's a pretty lightning whelk. And I have some calico scallops. I recently soaked all, oh, look at that one. I recently soaked all my scallops in some 6% hydrogen peroxide, and it took all the gray out. I only have a few of them left soaking. This is one of my favorites, just the Florida prickly cockle. It's basic, but then you turn it over and it's magnificent. I have quite the collection growing. It's a pretty banded tulip, fully intact. Oh, a little pear whelk. Another prickly cockle. This one's not so prickly. I still like it. Got some yellow prickly cockles. Love that yellow. Speaking of yellow, a buttercup Lucine. This one's not too buttery, but I've got some in this drawer that are perfectly buttered. I'm just gonna pull out my prickly cockles all at once. Oh, I love that color. So pretty. Look at this. It's amazing. Put those away. I don't know, I might need a bigger drawer for the pink prickly cockles. Got room for yellow ones. I can collect more of those next time. Another banded tulip. I love that there's a variety of colors, with intensities. Another scallop. I don't normally collect the ponderous arc. They're everywhere, especially if you go to Sanibel. But this one is kind of weathered and it has some color. And I have a couple in this drawer that I really like the colors of. So I collected them because they were a little different. And I thought I saw, yep, broad rib cardita. Got some of those. I like the variety that they have. Another scallop. This one's kind of yellowy orange. Just gonna put the cockles all together. Oh, look at that orange. That's pretty. This is a little quahog. I have a collection of clam shells as well. I feel like I could use them for something. A little lettered olive. Another prickly cockle. Oh, I see some more. I couldn't get enough of them. I found them everywhere. Siesta Key, Paso Grill, everywhere. I don't even know, is that yellow? Or no, that's a giant cockle. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna need a bigger drawer for these. Notice I didn't say I need to get rid of any. I just said I needed a bigger drawer because I am obsessed with that pop of orangey pink. It like reminds me of the 90s or something. Or as my students would say, the 1900s. Here's a worn out spiny jewel box. I like them when they're spiky. I like them when they're worn. Doesn't matter to me. Here's a little mini fighting conch. That is just perfection. Another lightning whelk. I do see some more cockles. I'll just make my little pile next to the bowl. The sad part is this is not all of them, so I know there's more. I'm just going to need a bigger bowl, I think. Here we have some slipper snails. I'm really fascinated by slipper snails. I really think that their design is super neat. I often think that it's going to be a different shell when I pick it up off the ground. Prickly cockle. There's a different type of cockle. Here's a couple more spiny jewel boxes. What I really like about the spiny jewel box is the purple on the inside. Look at that. So fun. Another little lightning whelk. A cockle. Spiny jewel box. Couple more slipper snails. Ooh, I'm growing quite the collection of slipper snails. This is a pear whelk. I've got pear whelks and paper figs together right now because I don't have a ton of each. Look at this little mini Murex. I can't, it's so cute. I think I'm gonna put that in my minis. Oh, that looks like another mini Murex. In the minis. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with my minis. Another spiny jewel box. Love the orange on this Broadway Cardita. And then this is a standard Venus clamshell. I forget, crossbar Venus maybe it's called. Okay. And they're everywhere. They're on every beach and people pass over them. And even the shellers that I watch on YouTube, they pass over them. But look at the colors that come out of these things. Look at this yellow. I can't even deal with it. So I'm collecting those. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I still have plenty of room in that drawer. Here is another Cardita. Oop, I got more. I love these. These actually remind me of like the large angel wings. They're just smaller and they have a little bit of pizzazz with their colors. Okay. Another crossbar Venus. Got a few of those in here. No shame in that game. Ooh, look at that yellow. Can't. All right. This is, I believe, a ponderous arc, but I love the way this small one feels. So I do collect a few. It's just gonna go in that drawer if I figure out what to do with them. More Spiny Jewel boxes. Broad Rib Cardita. A nice shiny and pointy lettered olive. I prefer the bigger ones of those, but I still like them when they're small. This is a worm snail, and I don't have a spot for worm snails yet, so right now I'm just putting them with my tinies. Okay, slipper snail, another slipper snail. What I like is they're like all different designs. Spikes, stripes. That's cool to me. We've got some more cockles. Oh, including this tiny little bitty one. Oh, I love it. And here's a prickly cockle. Oh, that's a Spiny Jewel box and not a prickly cockle. Lots of tinies here. This is that Venus clam. Another Cardita. This one's actually really smooth, even though you can see the lines. I'm kind of loving that. And some more of these. I really think that this one looks yellow to me, so we're going to put that one in the yellow prickly cockle drawer just to make some space. I hope I don't run out of space, at least on this video. Maybe once I log off. Spiny Jewel box. I see some little augers and a tiny little shark eye. I think it's a Paul Newman shark eye. We're gonna put those in my tinies. Please don't fall. What else do we have that's tiny here? We've got a little tiny fighting conch, and a little auger, and a little worm snail. Right in the tinies. Oh, I love those. Almost to the bottom. This is a ponderous arc. Not sure why I picked it up, but sometimes I pick them up and I still just like them. Broad Rib Cardita. Another Broad Rib Cardita. This is not a Spiny Jewel box. It's the other kind, and I don't remember what that's called. I keep them with my Spinies. Here's a Spiny Jewel box. This is like a piece of a Murex, but it is so worn. I absolutely love it. Put that with my tinies. And we have a kitten's paw. Oh, I see a lot of sand growing on my dining room buffet. I'll just go with it. Here's a Broad Rib Cardita. Another little mini Spiny. I'm not sure why I put some in the regular place and some in the minis. I guess it's just, I do that on a whim. Little shark eye, little Spiny Jewel box. This is another one of those, not a Spiny Jewel box. If you know what it's called, let me know in the comments, because I keep forgetting what it's called. A little bubble. Another little piece of a Spiny Jewel box. We're gonna put those in the tinies. The tinies might be my favorite. Oh, we've got a couple more prickly cockles. And a little scallop. A little slipper snail, a little tiny one. Another kitten's paw. A teeny tiny, oh, pretty prickly cockle. See what happens to me when I see that color? And this is another one of those not Spiny Jewel boxes. Not sure what it's called. But take a look. My collection is really coming together. I absolutely love it. And I'm glad I could have you along when I put my stuff away. See you next time.